Today we're going to look at a very cool type trick, and that is how to add this curvature to your type here. And this can be used in a lot of different circumstances, especially if you want to wrap this around some type of an object, maybe an oval or a logo or something that was right below it, right under here, and you can fit the text to that shape here. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to hide this layer. I'm going to come to my type layer that I have, and as you can see here, this is just a type layer. It's got some layer styles added to it, but essentially it's just an editable type layer at this point. Well, what I'm going to want to do here, I can't apply the custom warp settings inside Photoshop CS2 to type, and that's what I want to use here. There's an old way that people used to do it before CS2, and they used to convert the type. They used to go to the layer menu, they used to go to type, convert it to a work path, and then modify the work path with the path modification tools. And kind of a little bit of a workaround, kind of took a little bit longer, and it wasn't quite as visual as this method. Now, with text, you could come up here and say, okay, well, I want to warp it. So go to my warp text here. Arc isn't really going to give me the effect that I'm looking for because I don't want the top to arc. If I were to choose arc lower or arc upper, well, then I could adjust the bend settings here, and that's a little bit closer, but you're forced to use Photoshop's bend here, and that might not be what you want. You might want to adjust this by yourself, and that's why the text warp options don't work. Now if I were to go into the edit menu, go to transform and choose warp, you'll see that up here custom is grayed out, so I can't use custom yet. That's why we need to convert this to a shape. So I'm going to go to the layer menu, select my type layer here, go up to the layer menu, go down to type, and just choose convert to shape, and that makes a shape layer out of it. Now before you do that, it's always probably a good idea just save a duplicate copy of your type layer. So I'm going to undo, and let's just duplicate that layer and then save it just so we have a copy of the original in case we have to go back, and then convert to shape here. So now I have a shape layer. What's good about this is while it's not editable like the type layer was, at least it's still going to be crisp because it's a shape layer. It's a vector object, so it'll still stay crisp for me no matter what I do here. Now what I'm going to want to do is draw an oval underneath here, and this oval could be take the place of just about anything, a logo, any type of an object. So let's just use our shape tool and draw an oval here. You can use your spacebar key to reposition it, but all this is going to be is just give me a guide as to what I want to create here. Now it's got a layer style applied to it. I'm going to go ahead and turn that layer style off. So now we've got our oval right underneath the text. Now what we want to do here is start to fit the text to the oval. So I'm going to select the type layer here. Let's move the layers palette out of the way. I'm going to go to the edit menu, go down to transform, and go to warp. And now you can see I have my custom option available. So the first thing I want to do is let's get this one all the way down. You also want to keep it straight. I don't want to bring it in. I don't want to bring it out. I want to try to keep it as straight as I can. So just keep it straight down vertically, and do the same thing over here with the T, and just move that one straight down. Now if you're having trouble gauging where to move these, I'm going to escape out of here. Let's show our rulers here, and you can bring down a guide just like that. And now let's go ahead and we'll edit it again, transform, go to warp, and now let's bring that guy down, and we'll come over here and bring him down. Remember, we want to try to keep it straight there. And then what we'll do here is I'll click in the center, and I'll start to maybe try to just bring that text up just a little bit. And I went a little too far here, so the nice thing about warping is you can always change it. So bring that up a little bit, bring that one up a little bit, and now we can kind of nudge that just a little bit too. Now you can see here, see that toggle button? If I click that, it goes back into free transform mode, and now I can move this around if I want to. So I'll probably move it up just a hair, and then go back into warp mode. And then what I'm going to do is move these guys down a little bit more, just to try to get them to fit around that curvature, and then take these handles and just kind of move them straight up. Don't move them to the right, don't move them to the left. Again, we want to do straight up and down vertical moves here. and I move that one a little off, and then and come down here and maybe try to bring it down. So you can see it's kind of a trial and error kind of thing. You want to just move it around so you get it to look the way you need it to, and you get it to fit right around this oval shape here. So we're getting closer, and one more. I think that should do it. And then press the Enter key. So what's nice about this, as I mentioned earlier, see that it's a shape layer. So that means it stayed crisp. So if I go to 100% view, you'll see that my text did stay crisp, and it looks a lot better than had I rasterized it. And then the last thing you could do is just use the type layer and turn on any graphics you have here. And you can see that I used it in this example here. Let's get rid of my guide, and I used it just for a beer label. I don't know why, but that's what came to mind for this one. But I've seen it used just about everywhere. It's used in a lot of different types of ads, a lot of different types of labels, and it really adds a nice effect to try to fit that text around any logos. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and we'll see you again next time.